comic books, movies, growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again. Please, God, no. Remembering Tales from the Crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts. He wrote scripts. All right here is no mystery, 'cause it's the history of bad. It's bad. It's the history of bad. So bad. It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad. It's bad. It's the history of bad. So bad. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the history of bad ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the history of bad ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke. Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 330. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Jim.
Yay!
And I'm the intern.
Yay! Blake is on some COVID duty today, secret mission, so he will be in hopefully later, maybe, I don't know, but we're hoping. And so it's just us, no guests this week that we know of at least. I'll be checking my phone to see if anyone's going to be, coming into it, seeing if they want to. But next week we have Brad from the Cinema Guys is coming on the show. So there you go.
Hooray, Brad.
Nice.
I'm sick next week.
What's that?
I might be sick next week.
That bastard. If he talks Snyder cut one more time on DC about the DCU, I'm done. I can't. I'm going to cut him off. I'm going to mute him. That's it. I'm going to mute him, and then that way we can all talk shit about it just to piss him off. So,
yeah, make him sit there and listen. Don't tell him he's muted.
Fucking Schneider. Let's see here. They have a live stream every Sunday night, and I was watching it this week, and he brought up the Schneider cut. It's not happening. Anyways, what are you guys drinking tonight? Anything?
Cherry Coke.
Ooh.
Although I should. I've got stuff down in the fridge. Maybe I'll slip out of here at one point when you're talking about, like, Walking Dead or something and get something to drink.
Walking Dead's over.
Dead. Well, until next year or something.
October, maybe?
Okay. When you're talking wrestling, because I know that will come up.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You're probably right.
Are you saying wrestling isn't going to come up?
I can't say yes or no on that.
I've got some Walking Dead coffee. No, Death Wish coffee.
Death Wish coffee. Ooh. I have Flamingo Dreams Nitro. It's the last one in the house. It's from Left Hand Brewing Company. It's a berry blonde ale.
Actually, sounds pretty delicious.
It's not bad. I think it's a little too much. Like, if I had, maybe half the can, it's not bad. But after that, it kind of is not great, but not horrible. So,
I do also have a glass of Kentucky wine. So.
Ooh. Not moonshine.
No.
Not Kentucky jelly?
Yeah, there you go.
What is Kentucky jelly?
Moonshine.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
It's KY jelly.
Jeff, what have you been watching this week? Anything special?
I watched Westworld.
Okay.
I'm caught up with Westworld, which you are not.
Nope.
I've been rewatching Community, going through that. So,
is that your comfort show?
It is now.
Is it? Okay.
I mean, before that would have been Parks and Rec, but I went through that like 2 or 3 times already. So
okay.
So how many times have you gone through Community since it's been put on like Netflix?
Oh, I'm still in the middle of the second season on my first watch.
Oh.
I can't watch more than 2 or 3 episodes in a sitting of anything. So
I watched it all in like a day and a half.
yeah.
Sometimes I don't sleep.
I probably could do that, but I've been playing Sims in my lockup here, and it's like you got all, and you're like, oh, you go do this, and you go do that, and oh man, you got to be promoted at work. Oh, go do this, and then the next thing I know, it's been 5 hours. So
you're playing real life, but in quarantine.
Yes.
Okay.
Go meet people. You go try and pick up women's. You do this. All this fun stuff.
What is women's?
That's more than one women.
Oh, okay. What is The Sims on? Is that mobile?
I got on PS4.
Oh, okay.
It was the free download for the PlayStation Network last month.
PlayStation and Nintendo Switch. I'm sure the Xbox is too, but I just don't have it. Are having tons of sales right now on their online deals. So if you have a little extra money, it's not a bad time. Friday the 13th, which is you can play as Jason Voorhees or as the Counselors, which has gotten nothing but great reviews, is on the Switch for $12.49. And I keep looking at it like, and then my wife's like, you have so many games you haven't even gone through. And I was like, I know, but it looks really good. And it's $12. Do you want me to do this or buy groceries? What do you want me to do?
The problem is they hardly ever sell anything worth it for under $10. Mm-hmm. And somewhere along the line, I got a $10 credit to my PlayStation wallet. Yeah. So I've got $10 in there, but nothing costs under $10 that I want. And the stuff that is $9.99 has tax on it to make it $10.50. And it's like, I'm not giving you a credit card for 50 cents. Screw that.
Nintendo Switch has a lot of cheap games, and they have good deals. The main ones never go on sale, like Smash Brothers, and all that. But a lot of they have tons of independent games, hundreds of them. And so that's nice. But the problem is there's so many, I don't even know what 99% of them are. So, like I said, when I saw Friday the 13th, I was like, oh, that's tempting. And I think it goes off sale the 29th. But my son got Super Mario Maker 2 for his birthday, and I am hooked on that game. It is an awesome game. You basically make your own levels, and there's an update coming tomorrow on Wednesday. What is that, April 22nd?
Second.
Yeah.
That's Dr. Dana's birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday, Dr. Dana. Woo!
What do her and Mr. Webster have planned?
I think they're going to go into their respective dining rooms at some point and have dinner.
Oh. Exciting.
I thought they were going to hang out with George Papadopoulos. Oh, yeah, I went there.
Boo. Anyway, but Mario Maker's fun because, back to that real quick, you can make your own world and 8 different levels in each world starting tomorrow. But it's a fun game. You upload each level to the internet or to the Nintendo Switch community, and they rate them and play them. So my son's been hooked on just playing other people's creations. He's created some and uploaded, but I think I spent like an hour and a half just making one level last night. I was pretty proud of it. So
did you make it as hard as possible?
I did. My son's like, I got killed 10 million times, but I finally beat your level. I was like, woohoo! It's under Fire and Ice, I think is what I put it under, or Forest and Ice. I don't know, something. So Fire and Snow, that's what it is. Fire and Snow. So take a look at that.
Yeah, you were close.
I was thinking of your shitty show. What is that, Game of Thrones? That's what I was thinking of, sorry.
I was going to say that's not a shitty show, but then I remembered the last season.
Oh. And then what was the other thing? I did start Jeff McMillions on HBO.
Yeah, I never did finish that. I need to go back and finish that.
That was really.
What's that, Jim?
That was really good.
I got
the humor in it's great. I mean, the FBI agent, Doug.
Yes. How is he an FBI agent?
He's a good one.
Well, there's a reason he was sent to the Jacksonville branch that does nothing.
I did like how he was like, yeah, McMillions is, for those listening that don't know it, it's about the conspiracy of the Monopoly game that McDonald's used to run in the late 90s and early 2000s, and basically about how a whole family connected somehow with different last names. They kept winning the big prizes, and there was one person that was basically setting it all up. So I'm 2 episodes in, because Amazon has, or HBO has released free shows this week, or the last week, I think. And that was one of the documentaries, so I started watching that today. And it was really good. It's really good.
Did they release Westworld so you can watch it?
No. I know. And I'm like, I don't even know why I'm not getting HBO, because it's a free month. You get the first month free. And I'm like, well, how many episodes left of Westworld? I think there's only 8 this season, right?
There's 2 more after this week's.
So 8. Yeah, it's a shortened season. So I'm like, So now I have an idea that I might just go ahead and get it for free and then just binge watch it one weekend. So I want to see it. I've been busy with watching other crap. Brian, what have you been watching?
We caught up to on Good Girls.
Okay.
We're fully caught up to this past week's episode, and I just started the new season of Bosch on Amazon.
Do you like that show?
I love it.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah. Titus Welliver is really, really good.
Try and see if that got renewed again. I thought it did.
It did. So they picked it up for a 7th season, and that's the final season they're doing.
Okay.
So they announced the 7th season before the 6th season premiered.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
But yeah, that's really good.
Okay, so talking Good Girls. Did anybody else see Scab Jeff's tweet where he compared Good Girls, Ozark, Weeds, and Breaking Bad, that they all have the same premise of a show?
I did see that earlier.
Did not see that.
I did not
tweet.
see that.
I'll grab it real quick.
They all are good people who get mixed up in doing bad things, and pretty much the point of the show is let's get them back to being happy and good people.
Let's see. So here's his tweet. Is it just me, or do Weeds, Breaking Bad, Ozark, and Good Girls all have the exact same plot and story arc? Protagonist starts breaking the law to make ends meet, and you spend the rest of the series hoping they are able to get back to happy times when they were just broke.
Yes, but only one has Matthew Lillard in it.
Oh, that's the reason to not watch.
No, it's great.
Terrible.
I just like in the short period of time of us catching up on that, I flip-flopped on liking him and hating him like 3 different times throughout the first 2.5 seasons.
So
Yep.
we're 1.5 episodes or 1.5 seasons in. We got finish. We're still trying to finish up second, and I really enjoy. But I agree with you. Even in a season and a half, I don't know if I like him or hate him.
Yeah, it's
spoilers. When he's faking the cancer, I'm like, you fucking asshole. And then like he comes back, and then he's trying to help her, and then I'm like, okay, give the guy a chance. And then he does something else, and I'm like, fuck him.
Wait, he was faking cancer?
Yes.
Spoiler.
I said spoilers.
He gave you a half a second to stop listening.
Hey,
I'm already past that.
I do like how they're returning stuff to Superstore. I've talked about that before. I love that they were doing it at Superstore.
Cloud9.
Yeah. Or Cloud9, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I finished up Hunters this weekend. The Nazi Hunters show on Amazon with Pacino. It was a slow burn. Like there's some good episodes, some okay episodes, and then the last 3 episodes just is balls to the wall nuts. And people were kind of split if they liked or hated the last episode because of the twist at the end. And I'm like, I enjoy it. You know what? If you're going to go crazy and make it weird, like have some new things in, because it's not. I mean, it's partially based on a true story about these Nazis living here, how they came here, some of the atrocities they did in the concentration camps. But obviously, these guys going out and killing them is not true. So, I mean, you take a little twist on it, but it's really well done. So it's 10 episodes. So, and every week I'm like, why did Pacino do such bad films? And then he came back to this. It's like, okay, you redeemed yourself. You at least redeemed yourself with this.
Yeah, we started it, but like I think we got the first 3 episodes in, and it was just like way more intense than than what we were anticipating. So we were watching some other stuff. So we just said we'll just finish what we're watching and put that on the back burner and go back when we can actually like focus in on it a little bit more.
You do after watching it, like after you can't watch 10 episodes in a row. You can't binge it.
No.
I think I watched like a episode and a half, and then it's like, okay, I gotta watch cartoons. I gotta watch something. And Jonah goes from really, really annoying, like the main character in The Boys. That new Jeff, help me out here. What's the annoying character in The Boys? Huey. Huey, thank you. At least Jonah at the end is redeemed, and you're like, he's a badass. You can see his story arc. Because I couldn't stand Jonah for half the season, and then the last 5 or so episodes, he finally started getting better. So, Jim, what are you watching over there?
Okay, let's get started. After I finished Community, I moved on and I watched, let's see here. I watched a movie called The Little Hours. It's 2017. Aubrey Plaza, Allison Brie, and Kate McCucci. They're nuns in 14th century. Okay. And it's like a sex comedy. It was pretty bad. And let's see, then I watched The Ghost of Girlfriend's Past with Matthew McConaughey. It was pretty bad. Then I watched, let's see, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. That's good. I watched The Big Show the entire season.
How was that?
I saw the first 2 episodes of it.
It's what you expect of The Big Show. I mean, it's not.
It's better than I was expecting. I'll say that.
Yes.
I mean, it's terrible, typical 80s sitcom feel to it.
Yes.
But
yeah,
The Big Show's not bad, and it's watchable.
He's pretty entertaining. I mean, I think my favorite part is the youngest daughter.
Yeah, she's good.
Her little, she's a little devious and she's a smart ass. So she was funny.
Yeah.
Anything else, Jim?
Then I went to 2015 rom-com with Sam Rockwell and Anna Kendrick, Mr. Right. That was amusing.
I don't think I know that one.
Yeah, Anna Kendrick's like went to a breakup and kind of lonely, looking for somebody, and she meets Sam Rockwell, who's a hitman, like a recovering hitman.
Nice. So better than Making Mr. Right with Ellen DeGeneres?
Yes, better than Making Mr. Right.
That's a high bar, Jeff. That's a very high bar.
It is.
Then I watched National Treasure.
Did you say National Treasure or Nashville?
National.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm intrigued with Nashville Treasure. That's just like the local version of National Treasure.
I
bet it was about a bachelorette party.
This virus is hurting our bachelorette party. I can't go up and down the streets. You fucking virus is not that big of a deal. Sorry.
So the question is, do they make it to the wedding day after they catch the virus at the bachelorette parties.
I'll be honest, with some of those bachelorette parties, even the bachelor parties, I think the COVID-19 might be the least of their worries of what they're catching in Nashville. It's okay. It's okay.
Or the wedding will be season 2.
Huh. Season 3 is she gives birth to a hand. Season 4. Oh, that was wrestling. Sorry, Jeff. We went back to it.
You went back to the worst event ever in wrestling history.
Katie Vick was worse.
Nope. Nothing worse than May giving birth to a hand.
I did watch the new WWE movie on Netflix, Main Event.
Stop it. No.
Yeah, I thought it was very entertaining.
Tell the listeners what the Main Event is about.
Wrestling.
The premise is a 10-year-old boy who is a huge wrestling fan, and one day he's being bullied, and as he's running away, he runs into a estate sale, and while in hiding in the estate sale, he comes across a magical lucha libre mask that gives him superpowers. So I'll just leave it at that because I don't want to spoil the rest of it because it only gets better.
But only a person like a true heart where the magical powers come on if you wear the mask. You might be worthy of the mask.
Exactly.
Fun fact is, it's based on Rey Mysterio's true life. That's how he got it. And playing the little 10-year-old boy, Rey Mysterio. It's really well done.
No.
Juventud is playing the 10-year-old. Look it up, kids.
Okay, the last thing I watched was the television show. It's on Netflix series Outer Banks. And Jason, you will love it.
Why?
If you like Riverdale, you'll like this piece of shit show.
Ooh. Does it have a guy's abs that are way heavenly?
There are a couple scenes. Again, takes place on the Outer Banks. They have lots of beaches.
Ooh. Did I ever
are those beaches open or closed right now?
It's in Florida.
They were open for this movie or for this show.
Okay, good.
It's okay. They'll be fine. Florida isn't worried about it. They're fine. They're fine down there. They got enough things going on.
Well, the Outer Banks are more North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
So, you can keep the beaches open if you close the bridges, right? If nobody on the island has the COVID, then you just don't let anybody new on the island, and you can keep the beaches open.
Or everybody that goes there has to go in the ocean wearing chum, just for the sharks. That's it. Just let them come. You got to take a chance. Do you want to go to the beach and get eaten by a shark? But you get to be out. You're not quarantined anymore. Sorry, I just root for the sharks. Sorry.
I've got a great idea for a movie about that. We could have The Rock come back for Baywatch 2, where that's what he does is he chums the waters, and then Jason Statham can be in it from The Meg, and they can have that would be a great movie.
Statham and The Rock fight in the water.
I punch a shark. I punch a shark. I'm Jason Statham. I'll punch a shark.
Actually, I did watch a Statham movie this week, Homefront. It's him and James Franco and
Dave Franco?
Winona Ryder, James Franco.
Oh. When did this come out?
I think 2007.
Oh, okay. I was going to say Winona Ryder in a film.
And Kate Bosworth were the four main. So it was actually really good, and I didn't realize it, but it was a movie that Stallone was supposed to do. He wrote it, and then coming full circle with him being in The Expendables, he just had Jason Statham play the character.
He realized he was too old to play the character.
No. So, but it's really good.
Statham. Hey, Jeff.
No.
Statham still played an 80-year-old character. he just put a lot of makeup on. He looks like a leather Muppet. I watched The Hollow Man, and with Kevin Bacon as the Invisible Man take. Not the good Invisible Man movie, from what I've heard. I remember watching this when my brother worked at the movie theater, and we previewed it one night. And I was like, it was not good, if I remember. All it was Kevin Bacon was basically sexually assaulting everybody. That's why he wanted to be invisible. And I was like, it couldn't be that shallow. I watched it. Yeah, that was pretty much the reason.
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
That was it.
He thought he was God, and he began sexually assaulting people. I'm like, dear God, man.
And they'll never catch me because they can't see me.
It had Elizabeth Shue in it, which I remembered, but it had Josh Brolin, a young Josh Brolin. So at least he was 45 in there. And then it was...
The only young Josh Brolin is what, Goonies.
Okay, true. And then, not that they're well known, but like there was two main character actors that you're like, oh yeah, these people were in everything back then. Like, you know, just these little character actors. And then the one female lead was and I just watched Friends a couple weeks ago, or a week or so ago with this episode. It was the one, Joey's girlfriend that likes Chandler and Chandler likes her. And I was like, oh my God.
Paget Brewster?
Is it?
Yep.
Is it?
Paget Brewster, yep.
Oh, yeah, she's been in a lot of things.
Wow.
Most notably Criminal Minds, but...
most notably Community.
Community, season 6.
Ah. She was a red hair. Is it the
I
right
hadn't watched season 6 till now.
She had red hair. Was that Paget Brewster?
Yeah, I think...
Okay.
Didn't she have red hair in...
Friends.
Friends?
Yeah, she did. Okay, that was her. Okay, wow. Yeah, so, I mean, it had to... And it was not good. It wasn't good. But I ended up staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning one night just watching it. I don't know why.
Because you could.
Yeah. Speaking of good shows, did anybody watch What We Do in the Shadows?
Yes.
I am caught up the first two episodes.
Yeah, saw the first 2 episodes of the season.
Is this season 2 of that?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so I haven't seen any of it.
You need to watch it. Hey, Jeff.
Yes.
I did watch the movie, too.
Yeah, I still need to see the movie.
I never saw the movie either. So my wife hates this show.
Don't know how.
Mostly because...
You go all the time.
I do. Because I told her, I was like, oh, What We Do in the Shadows starts back. She's like, oh, God, are you going to be hissing at me? And I was like...
I am now.
I am. And the best part is my oldest son hasn't even seen it, and now he started doing it just because he thought it was hilarious. And then I'm getting my daughter to do it, too. So we're trying to get everyone in the family except my wife to do it. But, yeah, I love that show.
Where are you going to be living?
What's that?
Where are you going to be living next month? Where are you going to be living next month?
Jeff's house.
Nope.
No, because Carolyn would be at the front of the house going...
It is a hilarious show, and I like the first episode better than the second episode. But I did like how they didn't believe in ghosts.
Yeah,
vampires, werewolves.
There's nothing as ghosts.
Which is, what is it, Babadoos or whatever it's called?
One. We had
Babadook?
one. Yeah. A Babadook infestation. One. We had one.
And then the best is the one guy goes out there and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And the lady vampire is talking to the ghost, and the other guy's like, I don't see a ghost. I don't know what you're doing. He goes inside, closes the door. Oh my God, we got fucking ghost. It's a great show. The first episode was pretty funny when the vampire bounty hunters kept coming, and Haley Joel Osment guest starred. High five.
He's the other familiar.
He played the other familiar.
I don't really want to be a vampire.
What is it? He has a brewery, I think. A cider brewer, or he's making...
Yeah, cider. They're making apple cider.
The best is high five. Come on, high five.
High five.
High five. High five. And then he turns into a zombie.
I'm not high-fiving you again.
Yeah. I like when Haley Joel Osment was talking to the energy vampire about going out and, passing out brochures for his. And it's like, you mean I could tell that story to everyone 2 or 3 times if you want.
It is a fantastic.
Yeah, I need to go out. He's like, I need to go out and do something because I've been trying to. I can't suck any energy off you.
Yeah.
The energy vampire might be my favorite of that whole series. He is hilarious. Colin, that's right. But yeah, it's a wonderful show. I watched the first 2 episodes. And I couldn't stop laughing, and then my wife just looked at me. I was like, you know what? I probably should have double checked what movies you liked, what comedies, because I don't know if I would have married you otherwise. And so I don't know. She doesn't like Princess Bride. She doesn't like What We Do in the Shadows. The only positive is she likes Clue, the movie, so that helps. That helps.
Oh, and she likes you. Is that a plus?
Yeah.
Well, that was the alcohol talking.
We've been married over 12 years now. It really doesn't matter. I mean, it's fine. I mean, right now I just need somebody to watch movies with. Let's see.
Got an 11-year-old at home now.
No, that's true.
Old enough to watch all the good movies, isn't it?
Yeah, he started watching. We started watching Doctor Strange. He hasn't seen that one yet. I think I liked it better the more I've seen it. So, okay, I think Intern, are you killing someone? What are you doing over
Oh, I
there?
thought he was beating off.
Oh.
No, I'm petting the dog, man.
Oh, community. Oh,
Yeah, like
community.
I said, beating off. Oh, wait. That's a euphemism, right? Petting the dog.
Hey, Jim, did you?
If he weren't 55 pounds, I'd pick him up and show you, but.
Damn!
Who is that? Idris Elba over there?
Oh.
Jim, did you watch the TV show Happy?
I watched most of it. The entire first, is it like 2 seasons now?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's weird.
What is it on?
It's on Netflix.
It was on Sci-Fi.
Okay. Do you recommend it?
If you're not going to probably understand most of it, but it was funny.
Okay.
If you like Christopher Maloney, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah, but like coked up, like Looney Tunes out of his mind, Chris Maloney.
Oh yeah, I mean more insane Christopher Maloney than him from Wet Hot American Summer.
Yeah.
Did we forget to do a breath of silence for Brian Dennehy? Breath of silence.
We did.
Man.
Terrible.
We have another celebrity death.
What's that?
Paul O'Neill.
What?
Paul O'Neill
What?
passed away.
The baseball?
Yes, the Secretary of Treasury under Reagan.
Oh, I think I meant the
O'Neill?
baseball player.
No. Paul O'Neill, the Secretary of Treasury, former Secretary of Treasury.
The guy who signed our money in the 80s.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Now Trump does.
No.
He just his name just gets put in the memo section of checks. Because he's not even allowed to sign them.
Has anyone gotten their stimulus check? Jim, you did last week, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I got mine.
You got yours, Jeff?
Oh,
Yep.
I got mine. Brian, are you worried that
I guess I'm the only one.
Did you have direct deposit on your taxes?
No.
That's okay.
That's
Okay.
why.
But I tried to go into the website to do it, and I haven't been able to get in at all to input our direct deposit info.
I'm actually kind of surprised that the government has a website that's not working. It really worked well for Obamacare. Smooth as anything.
Yeah. Well, if the IRS website is anything like the websites to give out the small business loans, then I'm sure it's just top notch.
I think
Hey, Dana's got their small business loan.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I found out that I don't know if our company did because apparently the big local bank, which I will not name, apparently has been sitting on shit for a month and a half.
That doesn't.
Yeah. The big
Maybe
local
they were just
that one of the owners from Dana's works at.
Yeah.
Maybe
he made sure his business got it, but
he was not allowed to do anything with Dana's.
Yeah, but he's allowed to tell somebody else to do things with Dana's.
And while he did the other person's business.
On a side note, if you're Hungarian in the Cincinnati area,
whoa, baby.
If you're Hungarian in the Cincinnati area, stop by Dana Gardens. Jim will actually be there making your dinner one day or lunch. Stop on by.
Wednesdays and Thursdays.
I highly recommend their wings. Their wings.
And if they're too busy, then swing by Ruth Chris and help them out. They need the help right now.
There's a big difference in pricing. Dana's is a lot more expensive than Ruth Chris.
Yeah.
It's a big swing.
Hey, Bake Shack returned their money.
That's
good.
That they PPP. And the other thing is the college one, the CARE Act, whatever it is. Harvard took $9 million, and they have a whatever their endowment is.
They've got the largest endowment in the country. Yeah.
Yes, and so Trump asked them to give it back, and they did.
Okay.
What really sucks is with Ruth Chris is you could only get up to a certain amount.
You
so
get
10 million, but so they have two subsidiaries. So both of their subsidiaries were able to get money. So they ended up getting over 15 million.
So Ruth Chris, Chris Ruth, and Christy Ruths all got money. Gotcha. Love Christy Ruth. Jeff, what are you doing with your stimulus check? What are you going to buy?
First, I'm going to make sure I can pay my bills.
Oh, that's boring.
That doesn't stimulate the economy.
It doesn't crash the economy. if I stop paying... Go ahead, Jim.
That's not what the stimulus check was meant for. The stimulus check was meant for you to spend it on things. You're unemployed that you're unable to get. That's what you're supposed to spend on your bills.
Okay. Well, I was able to get unemployment, so.
Oh, okay.
I guess I'm the only one that just has zero fucking luck with the government.
The government hates you.
Yeah, they hate me. And to be honest, the feeling is very mutual. So.
Do you think, Intern, the reason you didn't get any money from the U.S. government is because you got $8,000 from the Canadian government with their stimulus plan? Maybe that was the issue.
Well, it was only after the currency exchange. Yeah, it was only $6,500.
Oh, wow. Forget that. You know what? That's only good for one meal at IHOP, so it's okay. You're fine.
With that $6,500, Brian bought stock in all the oil companies last week.
Last night.
No, last week. Now it's worthless.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Negative. I think, so the good news is I got $500 per child. And my wife's like, I think we spent more than that just last season on the kids. But hey, at least having kids paid off.
Of course you spent more than that on the kids. I hope to God you're not, only spending what the government gives you in write-offs for your kids.
Why can't I?
Because I thought you liked your children.
So, in all seriousness, we took the money. And we thought
you probably spent $500 for the dog.
We named the dog Indiana. So, in all seriousness, we took the money and we bought a Bengal tiger. So we still have $900 left, so we can at least pay for his food for next month. So that's good.
Did anybody catch that last episode that they put up?
Is it an after show or a regular episode?
So it's Joel McHale asking people from the show, like just kind of catching up with them since the show's been out, and asking them questions about the show.
Okay. I want to see it. I just haven't had a chance.
It was actually pretty good. It affirmed every feeling that I had about how horrible of a person Joe Exotic actually is.
How about all three? Carol and the other guy, the guy that has the sex call.
I mean, they were all scumbags, but the one guy, Jeff, I guess Jeff, he's actually he's in the, they interview him and his wife. Mm-hmm. And they did end up hiring the hot nanny.
Okay,
Spoiler.
That's good. I was really worried about that.
Work too.
No, I've not seen it. Joel McHale makes pretty much anything funny when he does those things. So I'm intrigued to see it.
It was like 40. It was like the regular length of an episode or whatever, like 40 minutes. So.
Speaking of Joel McHale, I don't know if his show Card Sharks is coming back this year. I saw Let's Make a Deal, Holy Moly, and the one Alec Baldwin does, Match Game, I think. They're all coming back, but I didn't see I didn't see Card Sharks in there.
Card Sharks.
I actually enjoyed that more than Let's Make a Deal.
Well, Let's Make a Deal is a terrible show, so yeah. But Card Sharks, I have never seen the Joel McHale version.
Speaking of that.
We need to do a breath of silence for the voice of our childhood from the WWE, Howard Finkel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Fink. That was a rough one. I didn't.
Yeah.
And you could say a breath of silence for, I don't know, half the roster of the WWE. Here you go, Jeff. Here's your wrestling talk. Half of them got released.
So I should go get something to drink while you're talking?
Yeah, go get a drink.
I just went down and got a drink. This will be my third beer I have drank during the entire quarantine.
Really? Look at you.
Yes. And it's in the fridge, so I'm just trying to get rid of it because I am drinking a double dry hopped New England style IPA.
The hell is that?
It's Team Fiona. It's a Listerman beer.
Oh, okay.
So the cans are pretty sweet. Somebody gifted me all the cans, so.
You've had 3 beers, and I've had 3 handles of bourbon.
Just on the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to do real quick wrestling talk here since Jeff's gone. Some of the guys released because of COVID because they're not touring. The producers I'm not worried about because they're going to hire them back. They're basically furlong them. Finley, Kidman, and all those guys.
Furlong?
Edward Furlong?
Yes, they Edward Furlong it, Jim. Shut up.
Furload.
Furlong.
Furload.
Damn it. Anyways, the ones that got released, Rusev, which he's been asking for one for a while. I'm fine with that. He's AEW bound. That's pretty much good. The Revival were released a couple weeks ago. The Revival were teasing that they were going to NWA last night. I think that would be awesome and do the Crockett Cup tournament. They don't have to stay there, but make a stop there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else got. Let's see.
Slater.
Heath Slater, which is a shame. I like him. I could see him in Ring of Honor. The OC, Anderson and Gallows, who shocked me because they just signed a 5-year, $5 million contract. Which, if you're going to try to get money, get money back. They were the big ones that surprised me. Unfortunately, Jinder Mahal still has a job. Ugh, that fucker.
Zack Ryder was one that I wasn't expecting.
Oh, yeah, Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Zack Ryder, I think, he's friends with Cody Rhodes, so I think he goes to AEW. Thing is, though, AEW only has a limited amount of space anyways.
Yeah, they can't, unless
they can't all jump ship, yeah.
And I don't want them to.
Or they can't for $30 an event, maybe.
And the AEW owner is too busy on Twitter arguing with football players. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
Go ahead, explain this, Jim.
So Yannick Ngakoue wants to be traded. He was franchise tagged, wants to be traded. So now he's calling out ownership on Twitter. And the ownership is not letting it go. It's Tony Khan. And he's like, well, you're awfully quiet over there. And he's like, well, of course I'm quiet because you can't hear me because you blocked me again. So if you look up their Twitter battle back and forth yesterday, it was pretty good. And pretty much it ends with Khan pretty much telling him, like, you're not helping your value to be traded. He goes, and we're going to get market value for you. If not, you're going to sit. So...
speaking of NFL, the draft is this week. Virtual draft. Unfortunately, NFL did a mock one of that, and it did not go well. So we shall see if the NFL draft on Thursday goes well. See if the Bengals draft a punter or not. So
the mock draft. Go ahead, Brian.
Oh, sorry. I was reading about that, and so the NFL scripted that entire draft, and some of the problems that they had, they actually did it on purpose just to see how the system would handle it if any of that stuff popped up. So supposedly it was all scripted. They could just be saying that because, they didn't realize that they were going to have such a shitty system, but apparently it was all scripted, and they did it that way on purpose.
Well, like every fantasy league always has that one guy who just can't fucking figure out the draft software.
The human rain delay, as we like to call them.
But of course they have the problems, and the way like Schefter and those guys report it has to be so they have the draft, and there's already a problem with the Bengals' first number one pick, pretty much. And then he's like, no, it's not the Bengals' fault. No. Then why the way you led with it? It's like, oh, the Bengals fucked this one up. When in reality, the reason this was a problem was because it was scripted for the Bengals to trade that pick, and they were seeing how the trade would go through, and it didn't work.
Right.
The issue is that on Thursday, it's accidentally going to give the Bengals Joe Burrows instead, and the Bengals were like, no, we wanted a punter first overall. And NFL's
we
like,
wanted to trade it.
If you listen to every sports pundit out there, the Bengals are not getting Joe Burrows. He doesn't want to come here.
We needed to trade it for bubble gum. Come on.
Ooh, is it the Topps baseball card bubble gum?
Oh, yes. Oh. Yeah, the shred. No, it's the Big League Chew.
Oh.
5 packages of Big League Chew.
Is it grape?
1 package is.
I need at least 3.
The other
3
one
grapes,
is
2 regular.
The other one is sour apple Big League Chew.
No.
Oh, that's the best. Mm-hmm.
Nope. No deal.
Moving on to the Twitter poll of the week this week. You can find us on Bad Ideas Podcast on Twitter. Follow us. Also follow us on nerdly.co.uk and a lot of other great sites. And if you like us, subscribe to us and tell a friend. And then apologize. What is the worst animated film in recent years? This is after I put the Trolls 2 review up on Nerdly this past week. The movies.
Hello, Governor.
Hello, cheeky monkey. Look. Come on. Let's see. Worst animated film in recent years: The Emoji Movie, A Bee Movie, Planes, and Norm of the North. And I just kind of noticed that's actually how the movies came in, 4th through 1. Emoji, last place, Norm of the North with 11%, which was a horrible, horrible film. Planes came in at 13% in 3rd place. Bee Movie came in 2nd at 18%, and that might be one of the worst films I've ever seen. And The Emoji Movie came in at 58%.
You saw The Emoji Movie, didn't you?
I've seen all of these. And I want to gouge my eyes out.
Which one would you vote for?
A Bee Movie. A Bee Movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Worse than The Emoji Movie?
Yeah.
Bee Movie might have been the only one I saw at least part of. I didn't even see any of those. So,
A Bee Movie is the only one I have seen, and I voted for The Emoji Movie.
I've watched a lot of trash this week, and I haven't seen any of these.
Jim, please watch a B movie. Please. It is horrible. It ends up with the bee who's played by Jerry Seinfeld, talking to a woman.
Seinfeld, yeah.
He's talking to a human, and then they end up suing a company because it's making honey from their beehive. And it's a courtroom. It goes to a courtroom drama, and it is awful. Well, not a drama, but a courtroom scene. It is just horrible. I don't even know what they were trying to do. It was awful. Emoji Movie is bad. Don't get me wrong. Emoji Movie's bad. But it's not... I mean, I guess there's some funny parts in it. And then Planes, God. And Norm of the North, I just know was bad, and I don't remember anything about it. That's all I know.
Other than his name was Norm. And he was from the North.
Norm!
And the North remembers.
That's right. So... Okay, let's do some news of the geek. Jim, you got us?
We're doing listener feedback.
Oh, whatever.
Listener feedback first. Well, first, before listener feedback, we're going to review our tiramisu Oreo cookies.
Ooh. I'm intrigued.
You can see it's a multicolor cream.
Ooh.
So it looks like it's probably coffee and regular cream.
Coffee and ladyfingers. Oh.
If you go to our YouTube channel, History of Bad Ideas, you can watch this. We're going to break it down to 2 episodes, or 2 parts, so take a look. For those listening, if you want to see how attractive we are, all of us. Faces for Radio.
I'm having just a regular double stuff Oreo, so nothing.
I'm
fancy
eating
over here.
pretzels.
Let's see.
Drinking.
The Oreo, the cookie is the same, but the creams are mixed. One of it, it is a coffee cream, and it's got that mocha finish to it.
Okay.
So if you like tiramisu, you'll really like these cookies.
Do you like tiramisu?
I do.
Okay.
I don't like coffee, but just the hint of flavor of coffee is okay. And yeah, probably in the top half of Oreos right there.
Okay.
Did you remember the lattes? Did you try those when we did those?
I was not there for the lattes.
Okay. I was just wondering, coffee-wise, what one you liked better.
Okay.
Okay.
Jim, what do you got?
We got our listener feedback. I'm not sure who it's brought to us by because Blake didn't tell me.
COVID protesters. We're angry, but we're still wearing masks.
I saw somebody who had a sign that was protesting having to wear a mask.
And he was wearing a mask?
No.
Look,
well, you don't have to. That's just optional, man.
the president says that they're all very nice people.
Mm-hmm.
So
those are the only nice people he's ever met. Then,
yeah.
Right. I mean, who are we to judge?
Oh, we are. We have a podcast.
Fucking
we can
idiots.
judge.
We're Americans, so that's all we do is judge other people.
Hey, you have your right to protest if you want. No problem there. But I think you should. You should
down the hall.
So, my only thought is, if you protest and you're that close, you're not 6 feet apart, and you get the COVID, when you go to the hospital because you're protesting, all these, doctors and nurses because it's a conspiracy, please go to you should be automatically back of the line, above everyone else.
They should make you sign a waiver if you're going to protest, saying that if you get sick, you're not going to go to the hospital.
There you go. I'm fine with that.
Okay. And here's everybody's talking about they want their freedom and everything, and people willing to die from it. And I haven't heard any of these protesters say this. We do come from the country that teaches all their kids that the country is based on give me liberty or give me death. And these people are quite taking it literally.
So that's true. I want to be free to move about the country.
My question is if this is an invisible enemy that we're fighting, why are they carrying guns? Are they just going to start shooting at the air?
They're going to shoot the viruses.
I didn't understand that one either.
Like, hey, look, it's over there. No, wait, it's over here.
The more bullets you can fire at once, the better chance you have of hitting the COVID.
It.
I've seen Osmosis Jones with Bill Murray. They need guns when they go into a person's body. When they shrink down and go after this virus, they need the guns to shoot. That's why.
Good point. Fantastic Voyage, I think, needed it too.
Inner Space? I think Inner Space.
I don't think he had guns. I thought he had, like, electrical shocking things.
Eels. He had eels. He had eels.
Yes.
What about the Corps? Did they have guns in the Corps?
Okay, let's go to listener feedback. Okay, we got starting from Doug.
Oh, no, that's the wrong guy. Number one fan. My bad.
Give
yourself a nickname.
7.
Dad. Good call.
Can we have a breath of silence for Daniel Goldman? He was the voice of Brainy Smurf from the Smurfs and was a medical student in the opening scene of Young Frankenstein.
We can do that.
I think we can.
Breath of silence. Speaking of more cartoons and that, the new Scooby-Doo movie that they're making is now going, instead of being released in June in theaters, it's going straight to on demand in May. They're not even doing theatrical release anymore. So
does Matthew Lillard be playing Shaggy?
No.
Is it a live action or a
cartoon? It's a cartoon. So
no.
What else we got?
Next, we have from Happily Ever After. What is the best movie with the worst title?
X versus
Frankenhooker?
Oh.
Oh, wait, no. Frankenhooker's the other way around. It's the best title of the worst movie.
Want a date?
I looked up a bunch of these online, and all like the worst titles. I'm like, these are also shitty movies.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, I probably should have read the outline ahead of time so I could think of this.
X versus Sever.
No, it said good movie.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
And that comes later on when we talk about best chase movies.
Yes.
I'm eating here, Jim. You almost killed me.
Side note, the Dit Man has a top 5 for us next week. Besides Morgan Freeman, who would you have narrate your life? You got top 5 people that you would pick to narrate your life.
God, I feel sorry for anybody who wants to narrate my life.
Doesn't matter. You got to pick 5. Just pick your enemies, Jeff.
Now, are you going to do all of the impressions of the people narrating our lives, Jason?
I do declare I will. I do declare. I'm going to do
so.
So
Hunter McAllister will be number 1.
You better get started doing your Christopher Walken impersonation.
Don't understand. That's Kirk.
Better tighten up that Stallone accent.
I made a leather.
We're just warning you right now.
Okay.
Adrian.
If you want Jason to do a Stallone impersonation, ask him to do Jason Statham. Apparently, that's how that works.
I'll punch a shark. Jason Statham. I think that was a good one.
Bad. It's so bad.
So, time out. Let me get it right. So, hold on. Let me get it right. I'll punch a shark. I'm Jason Statham. I'm out. Put my hands up. I'm good.
Okay, does anybody have
created a monster?
Does anybody have any movies with good movies with bad titles? Like, Dude, Where's My Car?
Oh.
That was on
Freddy Got Fingered.
The porn or the theatrical release? Which one?
The Tom Green smash hit.
He might have been in both.
Okay, we got some. The Constant Gardener. That was a good movie.
I saw like the Quantum of Solace. I didn't hate the movie. I didn't hate the title of it.
No, I actually liked the title.
Yeah.
Good Will Hunting? I didn't think that was bad. That's on the. This is Screen Rants.
That's not a great title, to be honest. But
Inglourious Bastards. The Jungle
I thought that
Book.
was a great title.
The Jungle Book.
Reservoir Dogs on the list.
Yeah, Pursuit of Happiness. Quantum.
I didn't see the movie, so I can't judge Pursuit of Happiness.
Reservoir Dogs, Quantum Solace, The Empire Strikes Back. What?
No, honestly, that is kind of not a good title.
Let's see. Cinderella Man. And Blue is the Warmest Color. Blue is the warmest
I
color.
haven't seen it, but that's not a title that gets you to want to see it.
It's about lesbians. It makes me want to see.
Oh, a great movie then.
I don't care what it's called. There's nudity in it. We're fine. Anyways. What else we got,
We'll
Jim?
move on.
Oh, wait. I know any movie that starts out with Tyler Perry's.
Oh.
Or any good one that start out with Tyler Perry's.
So none of them?
Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Gone Girl? Oh, no, it wasn't Tyler Perry's Gone Girl.
Cross.
Gone Girl's not a good name of a movie either, so.
Cross.
But Gone Girl?
Gone Girl, I don't like the title.
Did you see the movie, Jeff?
It's the book.
No, I didn't. I don't care if that's what the book is named. It's still not a good title.
Cinderella Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they renamed The Body Stand By Me, and I thought that was an improvement when they made the title-wise when they made the movie.
Over the Body? Yeah. I can see that. What do you got next, Jim?
We got from Nick Albright. Jaffer Stark. I miss the MCU movies. Hashtag penis. I think Nick's losing it.
I think he is.
I think he's going to
Somebody
go
out there check on Nick,
crazy.
please.
Not really a question, so I'll respond. Yeah, I miss them too, but there are like 22 of them available streaming at places, so you can still watch the old ones.
23 if you count Daredevil.
I don't count Daredevil. And Black Widow will be coming out hopefully when this crisis is over.
Mm-hmm.
So we got that to look forward to. That is ready to go. So
that's cute that you said the crisis is over. When the crisis
I
is
said
over.
when. It will be over at some point.
We may not be alive, but it will be over at some point.
It will be over at some point.
It's true. It's true.
I mean, I trust our scientific minds that at some point down the line, they'll at least find some working vaccination.
Would you
No,
want?
they have plenty of vaccinations. It's all going through testing still, and it's going to. The problem with the testing it needs for this country, it's up to 9 months. It's like the earliest you ever see anything, and that's what they push it through.
Well, the problem is they need to adjust rules for extenuating circumstances. So, I think they should be able to say this stuff isn't tested, but if you want to take your chances, you can be guinea pigs. But
the problem is you're doing that. Insurance companies will go ballistic because if something happens down the line and you took this unapproved drug, they're not going to cover it.
The UK and Australia started
that's
human
why
testing
our
today.
medical system sucks balls.
Hey, down the hall, people. Down the hall. Oh, sorry. Drive through the Bob Studios. Get in the Bob Studios door. Get past Doctor Number One. Go down the hall. Past the Culture Babble podcast. Past Stumpy. And then your
Hey,
soapbox.
Stumpy, it is Stumpy.
Oh, yeah, get on soapbox. Thanks, Nick, for bringing up.
Stumpy.
Thanks, Nick, for bringing up political things. Jeez.
Hashtag penis.
I've got another hashtag that goes along with that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's hashtag Boo the Commish.
Yeah.
So Bud Light
Seltzer.
Yeah, well, it was from the main Bud Light account, but that's what they changed their handle to. So every year for the NFL draft, Roger Goodell gets booed before he makes any kind of an announcement. Since it's a virtual draft this year, Bud Light is asking fans to
virtually boo.
To take a video of themselves booing the commissioner and post it on Twitter with the hashtag boo the commish, and they'll splice it together and run it before the draft. So I'll be filming mine tomorrow.
I thought you would have 4 or 5 already done there, Brian.
Yeah. I've been really busy.
That's going to be longer than any Peter Jackson film ever. That's a lot of booing. That is a whole lot of booing.
Yep.
Well, they'll probably just splice it all together at once, Jason.
No, I'd rather have it individually. 87.
I'm going to boo Gary Bettman and Rob Manfred too.
Oh, Gary Bettman.
Just boo them all because they all suck.
Just with the booing Manfred, he wants to change the rules and he's going to get his wish. The minor leagues are going to agree to cut down to 120 teams, so we're going to lose 42 minor league teams.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to be more than that, honestly. So.
And with what we have right now, the talk of play, how they haven't broken up, they're going to have to change divisions. So you have to change leagues and divisions. So pretty much the DH will be in effect all year this year, and I doubt
they'll go back. He'll force it through.
Back.
The divisions will go back because they're only doing 2 divisions this year in theory.
Yeah,
I thought there were more than they're doing more than 2.
Yeah,
they're doing 2 leagues. They're talking about doing an Arizona league and a Florida league.
My bad.
They'll have divisions within the leagues.
Yeah, the divisions will be based upon where your spring training locations are at.
In breaking
cut down on travel.
In breaking news, the Chicago White Sox are doing spring training in Nova Scotia, so they win their division, and so they get right to the playoffs.
Actually, the Chicago White Sox, who made big moves in the offseason,
they did,
would be in the proposed division with the Anaheim Angels, the LA Dodgers, the Cleveland Indians, and the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah, so we're going to...
Four teams made big moves in the off seasons, and then
they're all going
to be in the same division now. like the Reds looked like they were the favorite for the NL Central. Now they are in the middle of the pack, probably for that proposed division.
Hey Brian, do you think in the Florida Grapefruit League, do you think they'll be playing on the beaches? Do you think they'll be able to? Is that allowed?
Well, the beaches are open.
That's what I mean.
In Jacksonville, they'll probably start up first.
Mm-hmm.
Since that's the beach where they don't seem to give a shit about anybody first.
Well, funny thing about that is the video they used for the Jacksonville beach was seen on a different talking about a California beach, and they used the same video.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it is the news we're doing video.
I hate news stations.
Are you saying the media will manipulate their images to tell whatever story they want to tell?
Hey, look, Randall Holt's on. Let's see what Randall's got down the hall, people.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any footage of any people anywhere, but if you're on a beach, fuck you. How about that?
I can agree with that. What if you're in a Tampa park that's closed?
Tom Brady, yes, he got kicked out of a Tampa Bay park.
Tom Brady got kicked out of a Tampa park
because he was
ticketed.
He was just waiting for Gronkowski to show up so he could beat him and become the new 24/7 champ in WWE.
Yeah, what the hell? Gronkowski gets
Gronk
traded
is the 24/7 champ.
Yeah,
and he won it.
And he's a Tampa.
And he's a
Buccaneer.
Yep, he got traded to the Bucks today, and
he came out of retirement to get traded to Tampa Bay.
And then he's going to retire again, or
he's playing.
He's going to play with Brady.
1 year, $9 million contract. That's what he has left on his deal when he retired.
Yep.
So what is WWE going to do? Just push the contract back, you think? So he comes back?
I can't wait till somebody tackles him, and pins him, and takes the belt.
I have a feeling he will not have the belt by the time the season starts. That would be hilarious if it happened on the football field.
Who does Tampa play week 1?
And
hopefully they do it like they do it in like a ladders match or something where he can like break his leg or like get another concussion.
they're going to wait a minute. They're going to do a ladder match during the football game. That I would pay to see.
No, during one of the pay-per-views coming up that he'll have to lose the belt at before he starts football.
No, Brian. I want a ladder match during the football game. That's what I want.
They're only doing that on the beach in Jacksonville.
Sorry. In other news, WWE signed Colin Kaepernick to a wrestling contract today.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
Okay. From Randall Holt, I was disappointed by the lack of conversation last week about Iron Maiden releasing their debut album 40 years ago last Tuesday. Please discuss and make up for this travesty. Jeff, what was the name of the album?
Iron Maiden.
Okay.
It was self-titled.
Self-titled?
Self-titled, including the hit song Iron Maiden.
Ooh, okay. Well,
But,
congratulations, Iron Maiden. 40 years.
The problem is that makes me feel old, so I don't like to discuss that. And it was their original singer before Bruce Dickinson joined the band. And now they have some good songs, but I think they vastly improved when Bruce joined.
39 years ago, last Tuesday, Iron Maiden, the cover band, came out for them. So that's the big thing.
Really? Band one album in got a cover band already?
Iron Maiden got in.
Did Arn Anderson start it?
Yes.
It was the original singer of Iron Maiden.
Tully Blanchard. And Ole Anderson.
Okay, then we have from the Besotted Geek. What is the best streaming service right now? Do you see it changing a year from now?
I can't accurately judge because I've never used Disney Plus, but I'm still going Netflix.
I currently use streaming services of Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Disney Plus. Are there any others?
There are others.
HBO Max comes out May
HBO
27th.
Well, HBO right now is tied in with Amazon.
Yeah, I'll put it this way. Maybe Amazon, because Amazon ties in a bunch of other things. Because you can get CBS streaming or HBO streaming. You can get a bunch of different other streaming services through Amazon.
I don't know if it's, I guess it is streaming, but YouTube TV is basically a cable company. But you know what? They do a really good job of streaming other stuff in, because you can look for, say you want a Seinfeld episode, it will go through the TBS app, but you don't have to download the TBS app. It will go through the YouTube TV app. So that's really nice. You just pick the recording. So like even movies, like my kids watch a lot of cartoon movies, obviously animated films. So my one son loves the Minions, and I can put in there, and it's not on Netflix or it's not on Amazon or any of them, but YouTube TV has it through their TNT app or TBS app, and you can just watch it on YouTube TV. So it's I think YouTube TV does a really nice job in that aspect. But pure streaming like a Netflix and that, I think in a year from now, Disney Plus is going to be the tops, but they just don't have enough original programming in terms of the Marvel and Star Wars and that yet.
I could probably agree to that. That in a year from now, it probably will be Disney Plus, but
Amazon's still really strong. I think the way that you can get all the movies with them too.
Yes,
you can buy. Release movies, you can buy those and put them on your account, which you really can't do on Netflix and Disney Plus or anything like that right now.
Hulu or any of that,
yeah. It bothers me to pay for movies when I'm already paying for a service, though. So that's not a feature I will ever use.
I think of all of them, and again, I'm in a different time because I have kids and you guys don't, but I feel like Netflix is actually the weakest, the one we use least in this house.
Everybody caught up and kind of passed Netflix.
Yeah.
They were like the first ones out of the gate and made it really popular. But then you see shows jumping from them. I still think
Netflix is the best original programming, though.
Oh,
And that's why I think Disney might catch up to it.
Yeah.
But,
when you spend $600 billion.
oh yeah. I mean, the joke was everybody got a Netflix deal.
I was thinking because when HBO Max comes out May 27th, I was actually thinking about using them instead of dropping Netflix just for a little bit and getting HBO Max.
So Jason's YouTube TV is actually going to be adding HBO to their
Tier
service that you can subscribe to it, and you have to pay more for it.
Sure.
But it's tied in through your YouTube TV, so they might. Yeah, your HBO will be tied in through YouTube. I haven't really seen any of the pricing or details of it yet, but I did see that got announced that they were partnering with YouTube to do that.
That's interesting.
So that could be.
Oh, man, think of this. They have services that you bring all these stations in together, and you can pay a little bit extra. Wait, that's cable.
Exactly, it is.
The problem with cable is you really couldn't choose what you wanted. They gave you a whole bunch of stuff that you might not want.
Cable, it's exactly all these services are exactly what I wanted cable to be.
Yeah,
I wanted to be able to say I want this, and this, but I don't need the baking channel or the motorcycle maniac channel, stuff that I don't watch.
It's like okay, I want to get say Fox Sports because they have Cincinnati Reds games, but then you have to get a whole bunch of other sports channels for more money than I think it's worth. So instead of paying $4 a month to get Fox Sports and get whatnot, I have to pay $15 a month and get 12 channels.
13 different Fox channels that you're never going to watch.
Yeah.
I will say YouTube.
You love your Tom Brenneman, Jeff.
I will say YouTube TV does have a really good selection of sports channels. I was pleasantly surprised. One
thing too that I found is really awesome with them is that you can go into your settings and you can if there's channels that you don't watch, you can just take them off.
Really?
You can take them off the guide, so you don't even have to scroll past them if you're looking for something. And so you
CMT, you're gone.
You can customize your guide, and you can if you want say you wanted, I don't know, AMC. You can move that to the very top, and that's the first channel that comes on.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yep. I don't know what you two are laughing about in the corner, but
time out, Jeff. CET has Action Auction, so fuck you. I'm keeping that. I
said CMT.
Oh,
Country Music Television.
Oh,
we're laughing. We're laughing because when we had cable at home, I came back from college and I parental locked CMT, the National Network, and all the country stations, so you couldn't watch them. And my mom got furious.
She didn't watch them. She didn't care about them, but when she flipped past them, it said it was locked, and it pissed her off.
And she didn't know how to take it off.
That's good.
Well done, Jim. Well done. What else you got?
But it was pretty much Mom, how do you think? Well, what's the password? You don't know a 4-digit password that I would use? It's 9822, Mom.
Jim, what else?
Next, we have. Well, actually, I have to say, from the Besotted Geek, that was probably the longest we actually spent answering a question.
Ever.
So, good question.
It didn't.
We didn't get off
tangents at all.
Okay, so we have from Professor Number One at Doctor Number One. What was better, the AAF or the XFL?
XFL.
I'll say the XFL.
They both had positive.
Yeah, but the AFF died on its own. The XFL needed the coronavirus to kill it.
It still died.
It died, but it died from corona, not boredom.
Do you think XFL would have survived if they all had guns out there shooting the virus? Do you think that would have helped?
The last.
They'd have to have.
Voice
No, they would need to have like high round clips, because you gotta that COVID is sneaky, so you gotta be able to spray those bullets everywhere.
Well, it's invisible. Let's just, what do you do?
What about if Bane came out and did what he did in Dark Knight? Would that kill the coronavirus on the field?
Unfortunately, no, because Heinz Ward still would have been alive. Do you kill COVID and keep Heinz Ward alive or not? I mean, it's a tough call.
That is a tough call. Do you keep COVID or Heinz Ward? Wow.
Sorry, Heinz Ward.
Yeah, COVID.
You know what? I think every week we're going to have to do this as a new segment. COVID or...
That's it. So, listeners, go ahead and tell us, who do you think we should keep over COVID? Or
who do you think, Heinz Ward or COVID?
Keep over?
I still remember watching that movie in the theater when that happened. That scene in the movie happens, and they pan to Heinz Ward, and everybody in the theater starts booing. It was awesome.
Because they were cheering when everyone was all getting wiped out.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Heinz Ward is left standing. It's like, really? He survived that? Oh.
Only in Cincinnati.
That's right.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
I think Cleveland and Baltimore did too.
Pittsburgh Steelers are the cleanest team out there. They never cheat. Never cheat. Just ask the media.
Never.
Just ask the media.
Yeah, I'm about to say cleanest by cheating or cleanest by showering, and I think they're not high on either list.
They use Tide Pods. Jeff, give me an intro for News of the Geek.
Oh, hey, real quick,
yeah.
before we get into anything else, you said Tide Pods, and that brings me to a note that I made for this week.
Uh-huh.
I read an article that said poisonings from household cleaners have seen a sharp incline since the quarantine began.
Really?
Yes. So more people are ingesting their household cleaners now than they were before. Pre-COVID, it was just Tide Pods, but now it's Lysol, bleach, any of that kind of stuff, which I thought was not really strange.
We might have a lot of ties for the Worsley winner.
Yeah.
Oh, no. We're getting up there.
That headline just caught my attention. It just said poisonings have a sharp incline since quarantine went into effect. So don't drink your Lysol. Just drink a beer, drink some bourbon.
Maybe it's people poisoning those who are getting on their nerves.
Ooh, that's a good point. Well, don't poison your mom.
It's like
Jason, you're gonna have somebody taste all your food.
Yeah. Tell your wife you won't eat anything until she eats a bite of it first.
While you're going.
I miss you. Even my oldest son has said that he misses you guys for game night. That we need to. He's like, when can we do game night again? It's like, I know, we're getting there. It's slowly but surely.
Hopefully, May.
Maybe
May 1st.
May 1st.
No.
Is...
The governor's opening up Ohio to game night on May 1st.
May 1st game night. May 14th, maybe something else, but game nights can go on.
May 14th?
It's going to be hospitals, for elective procedures and stuff like that, and game night on May 1st.
When are they opening up the orgies? When will that be okay again?
You're good to go on those as long as there's less than 10 people.
Okay.
Did they stop orgies? I missed that part.
Well, wait a minute.
I thought...
Time out. A lot of my orgies are with senior citizens, so that's probably not safe for them.
Yeah, they're the most.
Well, your orgies might be affected then. Okay.
I saw a friend of mine tweeted out about Dr. Fauci said, handshakes are a thing of the past. even when this is over, people shouldn't shake hands. And her comment was, yeah, but it's okay to find somebody random on some dating website and fuck them that night.
Perfectly fine.
But don't shake their hand.
I'll be honest, handshaking could have been gone away 40 years ago. I fucking hate
I'll
handshaking.
put it this way, though. Fucking them leads to orgasm. Handshaking leads to awkwardly touching someone. I mean, there's a different outcome from those two.
I don't know. There's some sex that is awkward.
There it is.
Well, either way, if they're a stranger,
I'm not touching them.
Regardless, I don't care.
What's that, Brian?
I said if you're a stranger, I'm just not touching you.
I think that's a perfect rule. I have no issue with that at all.
So when this is over, shaking, everybody just give him a hug.
Who, me?
No, Jason.
Yeah, Jason, sure, absolutely. Nobody fucking hug me.
I'll hug you, Brian.
Like I'm leaving the house.
I'm not sure if that's a threat or a promise, but I'll hug you.
Well, I'll let you hug me, Jeff.
Like I'm leaving the house in 2020.
Since your brother has already thrown up on me, me and my wife, I'll let you hug me.
Separate occasions, mind you.
Yes.
Wow. Way to go, Jim.
I'm proud of that one.
We're classing it up on Hobie. Our interns are treated so crappily that we puke on them. Hence the reason.
Dr. Dana, did you
not just the intern, but his wife as well.
Jeff?
I was the one who got the nickname Puke in college, and I never puked on Brian.
You puked on our last 7 interns, though, Jeff.
Well,
True. They asked for it.
They did. They actually came in with written notes saying, please puke on me.
No means no, Jeff.
Jeff, can you...
Blake,
what's that?
Blake's not joining us.
Bastard.
He just got off of his super secret
COVID.
Maybe COVID
crew, yeah. They're figuring out the weapons to blow up COVID.
Or Heinz Ward. It's a
whichever one. They'll test it on Heinz Ward to see if maybe they can go after COVID next.
We'll have to get actually Blake's opinion on this because he's not a Bengals fan. So would he like to kill Heinz Ward or kill?
I'll ask him real quick.
Please do. Jeff, give me an intro to the News of the Geek.
It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
Jeff, I'm taking your box office thing here. So let me explain.
That's fine. I understand why.
If you're missing the box office news, you should be excited to know that the new numbers came out this week. Resistance, this past weekend made $2,150 in one theater. The theater average is $2,150, and the total is $2,150.
Thank you, drive-through or drive-in movie.
Hold on. In second place, tied for first, is Swallow. It's not a porn. Weekend gross, $2,150.
It was a double feature, and they split the money.
In one theater, and a per average theater of $2,150. It's made a total of $31,306. So this is one theater in Ocala, Florida. Ocala, Florida. Drive-in tickets were $6. The good news is drive-ins are making a comeback. Bad news is this is the only drive-in that's reporting the box office numbers. So from here on out, we are doing this. Ocala, step it up. We got your drive-in numbers. So
they don't need to step it up. They're the one doing it right. The other drive-ins need to start reporting.
You need to have more shows, like middle of the afternoon shows.
I want my matinee drive-in, damn it.
Can you turn the brightness up?
Can you pull the shade down?
There's 2 drive-in theaters.
Real quick, Blake said he would rather keep COVID-19 than Heinz Ward.
Well, that's 4 people.
Okay, Jason, send out the poll.
No, I'm
COVID-19
No.
Heinz Ward, which would you
No,
rather keep?
no.
Send it out on Twitter. Do it.
Put Johnny Manziel on there too.
And Michael Vick.
taking the high road.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you do polls on Facebook?
You know why I'm taking the high road? Hey, look, we're sponsored by the Cincinnati Comic Expo, September 11th through 13th. Tickets are still available. CincinnatiComicExpo.com. Go get your tickets. Lots of great artists and writers are there. They're announcing more every day or every week. You can find them at Cincinnati Comic Expo on Facebook or follow the History of Bad Ideas on Facebook, and we'll get you updates. Hobie will be there playing trivia. And at this point, we might be the only booth, but fuck yeah, we're going to be there. Fuck yeah.
From what I hear, since the San Diego Comic-Con canceled this year,
Yes.
that the Cincinnati Comic Expo is going to be the best one in the country. Everyone's coming to this now instead.
Cincinnati Comic Expo had a new slogan come out this week, the Highlander of Comic Expos. So there you go.
There can be only one.
San Diego Comic-Con, we're thinking about it. No, you do not. Boom. Heads off. It's over. Done. So, yeah, get your tickets September 11th through 13th. Let's see here. I don't know. Rosario Dawson may or may not have other shows that she stars in for Disney Plus, playing Ashoka from The Mandalorian Season 2. The rumor is that she's signing on for spin-offs of it. We will see if that happens. At this point, go ahead. I'm fine with that. Put Rosario Dawson on everything.
The only thing I see Ashoka Tano, I guess she'd have to be a little bit older than she has been in other things, because she's normally portrayed as pretty young. But I can see her doing it.
I think she's a good choice. I really do. Fans were... What's that?
Has anybody watched her show on USA right now, Briar Patch?
I've seen the first 2 episodes, and we decided we're going to wait till they're all out and then binge it.
Yeah, I just happened to see a commercial for it the other day, and I had never heard of it. So,
Jeff, from the 2 episodes you saw, is it worth watching?
I think so. It's just one that, like, week to week, you might forget what happened. So I think we're going to pretty much binge it.
Good call. Let's see. This is an exciting one. This was Blake. He was quite excited about this. The Pirates of the Caribbean franchise has been up in the air for a while. Oh, goody. The most recent installment, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, managed to gross nearly $800 million back in 2017, but is also the weakest chapter of the series. As far as domestic box office, as it made $2,150 for its full run. At this stage, can't say...
Wait, what?
Oh, I'm sorry, $172 million. It was more than a drive-in. My bad, sorry. Let's see. Actor Lee Arenberg, who is one of the bit actors, he was in the minor character. He was one of the sailors on the ships and that. He played the goofy pirate Pintel in the original Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy. I think,
of course.
You would know him if you saw the picture of him.
Yeah, you probably, but you just, I'm like, they named those guys?
It was the Laurel and Hardy type pirates. Yeah.
Was he the one who lost the eye?
What's that?
The one who lost the eye?
Yes.
The thin one, he was on The Office, wasn't he? The British version of The Office.
Oh, did he play the Dwight role? Where the Office was? Okay.
Let's see. He was on Kendall Talks TV on YouTube. Still not as good as History of Bad Ideas on YouTube. And they were talking about...
Well, what is?
They were talking... Oh, my God.
Chug.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to turn the video back on.
Intern Hackney just had a whole vod of... what was that? Bourbon? Oh, yeah. 4 Roses bourbon. But anyways,
If anybody out there wants to sponsor me, there you go.
4 Roses.
Yep.
Let's see. They were talking about the potential for Pirates of the Caribbean 6 when he noted that there's been some buzz. Quote, they're definitely talking about it as far as I know. Let's see here. They said Disney may go the route of rebooting the franchise instead of producing another sequel. Ugh. Let's see. In 2018, it was revealed Deadpool writers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick were having discussions about taking on a revamped take, but then they stepped away from that in 2019.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Does it have to be rebooted? Can't you just do a movie that's in the universe that just isn't about Jack Sparrow?
That was my thought.
It doesn't have to be considered
A
restarted.
reboot.
It's just,
Yeah,
hey, Jack Sparrow exists, but there are other pirates in this Caribbean. Let's follow them for a couple of movies.
Just make it an offshoot of that, or just introduce a new character. You don't have to reboot the whole thing.
As long as you don't have the fucking, Orlando Bloom's dad in it. Buckshot Jones or whatever his name was. Fuck that guy.
Bootstrap Bill?
Yeah, fuck him. God, he was a horrible character.
Wow.
He was. They were talking to Ted Elliott and Craig Mazin. Mazin is best known for writing the HBO limited series Chernobyl, which I really wanted to see.
Craig Mays, I follow him on Twitter. He was the college roommate of Ted Cruz, and he despises Ted Cruz.
Yeah, me too. We got something in common.
Yeah. Craig Mason just got a follow from Brian.
Let's see here. At this stage, they did say that, like Jeff said, it may not be a reboot as more of a spin-off with a new protagonist in that role. Does anyone care, or do you think this franchise is dead?
Well, if they do a good movie, it could, make some money, but no one's like clamoring for more. But if they do it right, and that's
I didn't
the
even
biggest
see the
part.
last one, so
No, I never saw Dead Man Tell No Tales either.
Yeah, you can do a good movie. Just if you make it a good movie, people will watch it.
I mean, unfortunately, like nowadays, the whole thing is you have to have an in already. So they can make a good movie, and if they say, all right, this movie is a Pirates movie, it already has at least a draw.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen anything since the original trilogy of Pirates. And that was actually one of the films we're going to let my oldest son watch, because we've been going through them, my wife and I, picking movies for him to watch. And Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one, I liked the first one.
The first one's good.
I enjoyed the trilogy.
Yeah.
I'm not,
I think the biggest issue is that it can't cost $400 million again, like the last couple. Like each one.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. If you can make it for $100 million, keep it small in stature.
I love how $100 million is small these days.
For Disney, it is. I mean, if you do that, I think you're okay. You can make a decent money at it. But the problem is, if you start bringing in $200, $300, $400 million, you're never going to make that money back now, especially on Pirates of the Caribbean, which is getting pretty long in the tooth there. I mean, if they're doing a 6-1, I don't think you're going to make anything on it. I think you're setting up for failure at that point.
Honestly, I would actually enjoy a offshoot of it, because honestly, I thought Jack Sparrow was kind of getting old. Mm-hmm. His story kind of worn out. So if you can do something a little bit different, a little original, something without him, I think I'd be fine.
Who did they bring in the fourth one? Was that Penelope Cruz? Was that her?
Yeah.
They brought her in, yeah.
Did she ever come back for anything else?
Did she do the fifth one? I don't know.
I don't think I've seen the fifth or the sixth one.
They haven't made the sixth one yet. That's what they're talking about now.
Oh, yeah. Well, then I don't think I've seen.
I don't think I even
the fifth one.
Yeah, I haven't even seen the fourth one, but I know Penelope Cruz came into it.
I mean, you could do an offshoot with her. I don't care. I agree with you though, Jim, that do something besides Jack Sparrow. So,
well, the third one, they brought in all those other pirates. They all met together. You can do origin stories for somebody of one of those people or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think that's it for the news of the geek. Besides, San Diego got canceled Comic-Con, which is fine because Cincinnati Comic Expo is the Highlander of comic expos. So suck it. Jeff,
That's me.
Give me an intro for some top 5.
Dun, 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 dun. Top 5.
Okay. Intern, what would you like to do? Well, never mind. You are going. You're number 5. I think I've been. But you're number 5 for top 5 chase films. Favorite chase films. And this can be foot race, spaceship, cars, anything that has a big chase scene in it, or the whole premise of the movie is a chase.
The premise of the movie. Premise of the movie is probably chasing.
So I didn't necessarily do the premise of the movie as a chase.
Okay.
I did chases within movies.
Okay.
Number 5 was the going on a diaper run from Raising Arizona.
That is a kind of a chase.
They were going after the criminals the whole time, so I would even call the whole movie a chase. But yes, the diaper run is the best part.
Yeah, he stops the guy to get in his truck, and he opens the door, and the guy looks at him and says, "Son, you've got a panty on your head." Where he's wearing the.
And give me some huggies.
Yep.
Jim, what's your number 5?
My number 5, I wanted to say The Chase because that movie was just epic.
Oh, Charlie
Epically
Sheen.
bad. Yes. Is that Christy Swanson in that?
Yep.
Yes.
So you picked The Getaway with Kim Basinger?
No. I will go with Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, that was on my list.
Which number,
I'll make
Jeff?
that my number 5. I'll make it number 5 now.
Yeah, it really. Ever since we aren't in person, I have a list on my my phone of 5 films, but I never put them in order. So I'm with you, Jeff. I'm just going to.
Or wait, maybe. No. I'll put Smokey and the Bandit as an honorable mention now. I got one to replace it.
Okay.
I'm going to stick.
I try to take this as serious as possible. I still print out my outlines.
Hey, so do I.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I'm going to say it says Smokey and the Bandit, though. I will keep in the Burt Reynolds theme and go Cannonball Run.
I had that as an honorable mention. That's what I was deciding between.
Quick note: if a Hobie listener can tell me the exact minute when Brian started slurring his words, you can get a prize pack from Hobie. When the bourbon started taking over, I have an exact time on this, so let me know if you know. Sorry, Brian.
I don't think he is sorry.
Are you saying Brian's drunk?
I don't think he's drunk, but he's getting there.
He is a professional.
Absolutely.
Just like us. Jeff, what's your number 5?
I just said it was Cannonball
Smokey.
Run.
Yeah, who's the drunk one, really?
You can pick out when I got drunk. My number 5 is we're good with that one. Enemy of the State with Will Smith and Gene Hackman. It is not a good film, and a lot of them on my list are not great films, but I enjoyed them a lot. It was from late 90s when Big Brother is spying on you, which is the government, and they frame Will Smith, and he comes back and tries to take down John Voight. So I really enjoyed that film. So
probably most chase films aren't going to be great movies, but fun movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of fun movies, here you go, Jeff. Oh no, wait, that's my number 3. My number 4 is a good film. Really enjoyed it. Run Lola Run. Really enjoy that film. It's a German film. Basically, they're redoing the bank heist. Her boyfriend is robbing a bank, and every outcome is bad. So Lola, his girlfriend, through a time warp, basically, they're trying to show different versions of how it would work. To succeed, and obviously the last time it succeeds, the last scenario.
I still have to see that. I know you've been talking about that movie for at least 15 years now. And I still need to see it.
I think it's been about 5 years since I've seen it. And I liked it. I've seen it probably 5 times now, 5 or 6 times. I really enjoyed it, but I do have to go back and watch it. But the soundtrack is fun. The soundtrack is fun. It's a lot of that techno music, but in the movie it works really well. So, Jeff, what's your number 4?
My number 4, I'll put Thelma and Louise. Thelma and Louise.
Ooh. Any reason?
It was a fun movie. No, I shouldn't say fun, but it was an intriguing movie, and I think they did a good job in that, and it was kind of the introduction to Brad Pitt to the world.
Okay. Jim, what's your number 4?
My number 4, it's kind of one of the first chase movies that I've actually seen, and I'll go with It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. Not a really good film, but it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's one that crossed my mind when I was thinking about it, but it unfortunately is very dated.
Yes, but
like a lot of the references.
Cannonball Run.
But it's dated to a time when I was alive. It's a Mad, 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 Mad World is older than we are.
Yes.
And I didn't even get all the references when I saw it, let alone 2 generations later won't get it. But yeah, you're right. Cannonball Run would be dated too.
Is Smokey and the Bandit?
Yeah, it's dated. The entire plot of the movie was they were smuggling cores across the Mississippi.
I'm just asking.
By the time.
Brian, what's your number 4?
Number 4 is the rooftop chase scene in Fast 5.
I like Fast 4 better. Fast 4. Maybe Tokyo Drift. I don't know. That's a tough call.
There isn't such thing as Fast there. 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never saw it, so I can't comment.
Brian's doing really good on quick top 5s here. What's your number 3? Nobody's seen these.
Number 3 is the Dark Knight, Joker, Batman, where they first kind of come into contact with each other in the movie when the Joker is chasing Harvey Dent.
And that's when they flip the truck, or
Yep.
Okay.
I had that as honorable mention with the first Batman, Batman Begins when he's on the rooftop and police are chasing him. I like that one too. So, Jim, what's your number 3?
My number 3, I will go with The Fugitive. Billy Jones and Harrison Ford.
That is my number 1. That is...
Yes! Take it off the board.
Put it on the board. That might be...
For whatever reason, I never liked that movie.
That might be one of the most perfect movies. I think I listed that today on Twitter when we were trying to list 5 perfect movies that, in your opinion. That was one of my 5. I love that movie. And anytime it's on, I get Shawshanked into watching it. I can't stop. It's great.
Yeah.
Jeff, what's your number 3?
My number 3 might as well go with you were talking Run Lola Run. I'll go ahead and pick something the same actress did, and that's The Bourne Identity.
Good film. And then she was in the second one, dies within 2 minutes.
Well, she died real quickly in that one, which is why I picked the first one, because she was part of the reason the movie was really good.
Mm-hmm. My number 3 is Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage. Not a good film, but it's very enjoyable.
It's actually a Nicolas Cage movie I can watch.
Delroy Lindo chews that scenery like no other in it. It is a fun... Timothy Oliphant.
Oliphant.
Elephant?
The best on video is watching Brian just shake his head every time I fuck up a name. He does a great job. Nicolas Cage is good enough. Giovanni Ribisi, Angelina Jolie. I mean, it is a star-studded
Robert
show.
Duvall.
Oh yeah, Duvall's in it. It's a fun, enjoyable film. I really enjoy it. I watched that. It was on cable the other week, and I started watching. I was like, you know what? This is a good film. Fun, I should say.
I was doing a trivia thing, and the question came up about, what was the name of Nicolas Cage's character's, object of whatever that he won.
The name of the car.
Yeah, and the question came up, and I'm like, and I came up with the name. I'm let Jason. Are you thinking about it?
Go ahead, tell me.
Eleanor.
Eleanor.
Yeah.
Damn it.
'Cause-
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's Eleanor. And my sister looked at me and said, is that the name of Angelina Jolie's character? I said, no, that's the car. Angelina Jolie played Sway.
Ugh. She was not good in it. But
Yeah, her role was weak.
my number 2 is Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks, Catch Me If You Can. Really enjoyed
My
that
number
film.
2 also.
I did not.
That's honorable mention now.
Yeah.
Cheater. I
I would
not,
honorable mention it, but I don't have another one to throw up. So Catch Me If You Can is my number 2 also.
put it on the board. I was not really looking forward to that film, and once we watched it, it was really good. I really enjoyed that film, and I'll watch that again and again. It's very well done.
And I think it's good on multiple viewings, too. You can watch it again.
Yep.
Again and again. Yeah, I should have concurred.
Did you concur? So, Jeff, that was your number 2?
That was my number 2.
Jim,
Jim,
what's your number 2?
My number 2 will be National Treasure.
The first one is
I
not
didn't
bad.
watch it today. No, the first one was actually good. It kind of, while I was looking for like chase scene movies, and I'm just flipping through, I'm like, I'll watch National Treasure. That's kind of a chase.
Yeah.
So,
No, that's a good one. God, 2 Nicolas Cage movies that I don't hate.
Is it better than Nashville Treasure?
yes, because
Nashville Treasure.
those women.
Just a bunch of drunk girls running down Broadway in their high heels.
It stopped because it was filmed during the draft last year. And all the bars were closed to them.
Yeah, that was pathetic that people like bitch and complain. Like, you planned an event out of town and didn't check to see if something else was going on that could damper it. Yeah, that's shitty planning on your part.
That was
Apparently, $1,000 a night hotel rooms don't scare people off on those things.
my pedal car's not coming. Where's my pedal car? I want my pedal car. Get in here. Hey, I'm getting married, bitches.
I'm going to tell you guys, if anybody plans an event and it's on one of those fucking pedal cars, I'm going to punch you in the face. Just walk into a bar.
Oh, I kind of want to do the pedal cars so I can have everyone else pedal while I don't.
No.
No. I went to do that once. And I looked around, and there were 3 of the 8 people pedaling. I was so angry.
Did you just get off the car and walk away?
I started chugging beers.
Jim was so mad at the people on the pedal cart, he just started pedaling backwards. He wanted to see if that would work.
That hits the brake because they got like kids' bike brakes.
No, it's a freewheel.
Oh,
But if you're going forward, they're all tied together. So if somebody's like pedaling harder, you can just pretend you're doing it. But these assholes weren't even pretending.
Fucking pedal cars. Jim, what was your number 2? What was it?
National
Treasure.
Oh, yeah, Nashville Treasure. Brian, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is the explosive arrow scene in Rambo 2.
Okay.
Where the general is chasing him. They're chasing each other.
Do you mean Rambo First Blood Part 2?
Yes.
Because I don't know what Rambo 2 is.
Oh, God. Okay, asshole.
I just wanted Rambo 2, which is technically Rambo 3.
Yes, Jeff. You are correct. The scene where the general and him are chasing each other through the woods. He's shooting at him. He misses. Rambo just lines him up with the explosive arrow and blows him up. It's the best.
I feel like that's probably the second best arrow shot. The first one is Robin Hood with Kevin Costner. Definitely much better.
God.
The whole
Shut up.
You mean the shot that they made for just the publicity and the trailer, and they thought, that's kind of cool. We need to put it in the movie. And
fuck fuck? Who made it over?
Awkwardly put a scene around that shot. No, the best arrow shot was from Hot Shots Part 2. No.
The best movie named after an arrow is Broken Arrow with Christian Slater. So
I think there are better movies named after arrows, like any other movie named after an arrow,
or the TV show just named Arrow.
Arrowed.
What's your number one? What's your name? Brian. I was going to call you Blake.
Who's the drunk one now?
Where's my pedal car? Give me my pedal card.
Well, the reason, Jason, what you don't realize is Brian is taking a drink for every time you mispronounce something. There's no reason he's this drunk.
Is that why he had
That's why
drunk?
He's drunk. Yes.
I was wondering if anybody was going to pick up on that.
Is that why you keep shaking your head? So every time I got something wrong or mispronounced
This is all I got left to get us through. So
We don't have much time left.
He couldn't tell you beforehand. Well, she wouldn't do the ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum.
Yes, I would. I would still try. I feel bad. What are we on? Whose turn is it?
Brian thought it's number one.
What the fuck's your number one?
my number one is the Big Bear Chase from The Great Outdoors.
Oh. I thought you meant from Brother Bear. That was better.
I thought you meant the Revenant. Anything. Jim, what's your number one?
Got your fans of The Great Outdoors, Brian.
Fuck you too.
What's your number one, Jim?
Number one, the Blues Brothers.
Small has
Solid.
everything.
Yeah, I would put that on my list, but I knew you were going to have that at number one, so I'd let you have it.
I almost didn't. I almost had my honorable mention because it's not so much a chase, it's about running, but I almost had to put Without Limits on there.
Oh yeah, Jim. Real question since you brought that up. Which was better, Without Limits or Prefontaine?
Without Limits is better than Pre.
Okay. I was in a thing where you try to pick the answer that you think the most people will pick, and they were kind of doing movies that were similar.
Yeah,
and
Billy Crystal was better than Jared Leto.
Okay. I'm like, I think Jim liked Without Limits better. That's the only thing I know about these movies. So
yeah.
when the results come out, I'll tell everybody if they went the other way that they were wrong because my brother said so.
Jeff, what's your number one?
My number one is Lord of the Rings.
It's not a chase, it's a walk.
Yeah, it's a slow chase, but it's still a chase. The Nazgul are after those hobbits the whole time.
It's only slightly faster than Exorcist ever.
Yeah, it's not the slowest chase ever.
The slowest chase ever would be the steamroller scene from Austin Powers.
No! Stop!
Just get out of the way. Just get out of the
way. Move. Anyway.
That scene made
my number one.
Jason, what's your number one?
The Fugitive.
We took it.
Anyways.
I didn't hear that. I forgot what your number one was.
The Fugitive.
Oh, okay.
We had some listeners respond.
The Fugees? What?
Yes, the Fugees. That's right. Des Hassing, our most educated listener.
Yes.
I don't know how Brigger is going to mess this one up, but I'm positive he will. His list will be probably 5 Herbie movies. Hey.
Yeah. Then I responded and said, and he won't even have the good Herbie movie listed.
The Lindsay Lohan one?
No.
No,
They had to reduce her breasts in that one. Come on.
Yeah, later in life, just drugs did that. Allegedly. Nisi said there's way too many to choose from, but these are the first 5 that popped into my head. Guardians of the Galaxy, Six Underground, Michael Bay, enough said. No Time to Die from James
Bond. It hasn't
Bond.
even been released yet, has it?
6 Underground, yeah.
No Time to Die. Isn't that the new James Bond one?
No. I think that's Octopussy 2 is coming out as the new one.
I'm just wondering if Niecy got like a sneak peek of this James Bond movie, because it was like the first. It was supposed to be out the week they closed all the theaters, and I didn't know if there was a way to see this movie yet.
I don't know.
It is No Time to Die is the new one.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe we're all chasing to see it since it hasn't been out and keeps getting pushed back. Maybe that's it.
Maybe Niecy saw it. That's what I was.
Got pushed to November.
Deadpool, great chase scenes in both 1 and 2. I hobied that. And number 1, Cannonball Run, Burt at his finest.
Yay!
Brian Auer.
I was going to say about Cannonball Run was the outtakes. Legendary.
Brian Auer said 5, Raiders of the Lost Ark. That is a good one. Smokey and the Bandit, The Fugitive, Gotcha, and Empire Strikes Back.
God. I forgot all about that.
Justin,
Game night. Game night would have been a good chase movie.
Yeah.
Justin Wood, a long time, Justin. Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry. It's 100% car chases. I've never seen that. Let's see.
Well, your job is to watch it this week, Jason.
I'll get on that. I'll get on it.
After he watches the
Westworld.
I was going to say Jessica Jones. But
What's that?
Exactly.
Doug, number 1 fan. Thank you for your service, Doug. Post office still going strong. 1 through 5. Every time, did you do a breath of silence for the post office?
No, he tipped his hat.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
He didn't put it over his heart. He tipped. He doffed it. Yeah, you got a drink on that one, Brian.
Brian has gone through a whole bottle. 1 through 5. Every time Shane Falco's chased that quarterback in the replacements. Well done. Red means stop. And Kevin.
Well,
what's that?
I was going to say, I think Brian may have earned a guest spot on Besotted Geek this week.
Oh, yeah. Tweet at him.
Kevin at Cincy Explorer had Smokey and the Bandit, The Fugitive, The Terminator, Blues Brothers, and Catch Me If You Can. Honorable mention, Charlie Sheen's The Chase and Enemy of the State. So, oh my God, I think I had a lot of hits. What the hell's going on?
Yeah. You and Kevin like the same things.
That's okay. It's okay.
They share blood.
Anyways, let's see here. I think that's everything we have. Bad idea of the week. Let's. There you go. 113. Heinz Ward. Just Heinz Ward. Just Heinz Ward. Let's see here. That's about it. Oh, titles for the show. What do you guys got? Jeff, you got anything?
I've got Petting the Dog, Christy Ruth, The Feeling is Mutual, Senior Citizen Orgy.
Nope.
Please Puke on Me, The Highlander of Comic Expos.
I like that one.
Buckshot Jones, When the Bourbon Took Over, Nashville Treasure,
I have that too.
And Hobie Drinking Game.
I have High Five, Highlander of Comic Expos, More Than One Women. Let's see here. Country Channel Lockdown. And Nashville Treasure. That's all I had. I like the Nashville Treasure.
I had Nashville Treasure. I had There Can Be Only One. And I had Drive-In Matinee.
Drive-In Matinee. I like that.
Let's see. I had Don't Hug Me. Please Don't Poison Your Mom. Shoot the Invisible Enemy. The Government Hates Me. Hiss. I just, yeah. And then the last one I wrote down was the one where the intern gets drunk.
The intern with a bunch of good ones.
Yeah. Oh.
We could probably shorten. I like the one because of the friends, but I think it's going to be way too long. We could do the intern gets drunk. We could just keep it that.
Yep. That'd be more. The friends episode could be more like a Always Sunny episode.
The intern gets
There you
drunk.
go.
Done.
Yeah.
Change approved.
We have to give Brian intern work like Charlie work.
Hey, I did my Charlie work, guys. I did my homework. I checked in on Pastor Kenneth and OJ.
How's Copeland doing?
You tweet about them.
So this week's video for Pastor Kenneth was only a short snippet, but it was when he went to college. He was overweight. So he didn't know anything about being about healthy eating or a diet. He didn't know what a diet was. But God told him to lose weight. And he said, you don't need to be on a diet. You need to be on a food plan. And then he ate 9 hard-boiled eggs. And that was the end of the 4.5-minute clip.
So he was overweight, ate 9 hard-boiled eggs, and changed his life.
He lost all the weight instantly.
The weight just fell off.
I think he was in the replacement.
I don't think he was a sumo wrestler, but
how's OJ doing this week?
So since his last video about Carol Baskin, OJ went a little silent, but he did check in this week. He was really perturbed by the alleged protesting in the state capitals. He didn't want to go so far as to say it was actually protesting. It was alleged.
Even though the people doing it will say it's protesting.
Right. But he knows what he's doing by dropping allegedly in there.
Oh,
he's not a dumb guy. He also does not know how to pronounce the current virus. He pronounces it as COVID-19.
Kofefe?
Yeah, he completely drops the D.
He thinks it's French.
Maybe he thinks it's like Kobe Bryant.
COVID-19.
Also, he wanted everyone to not listen to politicians, but listen to science and God, because God has given every one of us a brain to defeat viruses.
He's kind of right.
It's not wrong. But
I listen to God through what the scientists use their brains to do. But
probably should have stopped at listen to the scientists.
Yes, but
you know what? I feel like that's a good end point. I feel like Intern Hackney just did a More You Know with Jerry Springer. Final thoughts.
I will say, though, since he's right about don't listen to politicians, since Kellyanne Conway or whatever talked about how we've had 18 COVID viruses before this, we should know what we're doing by now.
Real quick, just shout out to anybody who has went through COVID 1 through 18 and made it all the way to level 19.
I think they're a bard. I think they're
going to turn into their final form soon.
Just if you've made it this far,
as he's drinking the last of the bottle.
COVID's 1 to 18.
Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.